Stop for a moment. Feel that subtle tension in your chest, that whisper behind your eyes, that quiet heaviness that no one sees. You smile, you nod, you say, "I'm fine." And yet inside, your mind is screaming, "I cannot keep this up." Here's the brutal truth. Pretending everything is fine is not resilience. It is a slow, relentless erosion of your mind, body, and soul. Every forced "I'm okay" compounds exhaustion, silently rewriting your nervous system to accept depletion as normal. The world does not reward honesty and fatigue. It rewards endurance, compliance, and performance. You've been trained to hide exhaustion, to endure silently, but every act of pretending comes at a cost you cannot ignore. By the end of this video, you will understand why pretending is lethal and how to reclaim your energy, your clarity, and your life before it slips through your fingers. You know the feeling. The end of a long day, tasks completed, obligations fulfilled, but nothing lifts the weight in your chest. Your eyes are heavy, your muscles are tense, and still you smile. "I'm fine." This is the invisible erosion. Your mind interprets fatigue as shame, vulnerability as danger. Society teaches you to hide weakness and perform endlessly. But here's the key. Hiding does not reduce weight, it amplifies it. Each ignored sigh, skipped meal, or sleepless night becomes a deposit in a growing deficit of resilience. Psychological studies confirm that chronic suppression of fatigue triggers increased cortisol, heightened anxiety, and diminished cognitive function. Over time, the accumulation is invisible but lethal. Historical examples reveal the pattern. Nikola Tesla labored through insomnia and intense mental strain, rarely showing weakness. This highlights a fundamental truth. Exhaustion is not a personal flaw. It is a product of immense internal pressure and unmet needs. Every "I'm fine" silently teaches your nervous system to accept depletion. And over time, this pattern manifests as irritability, forgetfulness, and emotional fragility. The mask you wear protects you from immediate judgment, but erodes your vitality. Ask yourself, when was the last time you truly felt at ease without pretending? That question is the first step toward awareness, because awareness precedes liberation. Pretending is seductive. It gives you a sense of control. It shields you from judgment. Your mind whispers, "Keep going, don't stop, don't show weakness." But pretending is addictive. Suppression creates anxiety. Anxiety compounds fatigue. Fatigue demands further suppression. The cycle intensifies, becoming a self-reinforcing trap. Social psychologists identify this as emotional labor overload, when mental effort to mask exhaustion interferes with decision-making, creativity, and interpersonal engagement. You're not lazy. You're literally draining your energy by maintaining a facade. Even on a neurological level, suppression of fatigue activates stress responses, increases cortisol, and diminishes executive function. Over time, your brain becomes conditioned to operate under duress, reducing emotional resilience and amplifying vulnerability to burnout. Ask yourself, how often have you performed at the expense of your clarity or health? Pretending trains the body to accept depletion. Ignoring fatigue is not courage, it is unconscious self-sabotage. Fatigue is not abstract. It manifests in your body as headaches, tension, shallow sleep, and digestive problems. Each ignored sigh floods your system with stress hormones. Adrenaline spikes. Your nervous system is constantly on alert. The irony is cruel. Pretending trains your body to tolerate depletion while simultaneously eroding it. Your system does not lie. Chronic suppression of exhaustion leads to immunodeficiency, inflammation, and cognitive decline. Your nervous system is giving constant, silent warnings. Every tension, headache, sleepless night, or chest tightness is a message. Slow down, reset, align. Ignoring these signals ensures that when your body finally stops, it does so abruptly and often catastrophically. Ask yourself, have you ignored small signals for months or years? Each ignored signal is a debt. The longer you defer action, the heavier the interest. Why do you keep pretending? because your brain equates endurance with virtue. You tell yourself, if I rest, I will be disappointed. If I pause, the world will collapse. This is the psychology of obligation. Your brain rewards compliance and punishes self-preservation. Micro-reinforcements, approval, avoidance of conflict, fleeting recognition train you to keep performing at the expense of your health. Pretending becomes identity. You define yourself through endurance. You measure your worth by invisibly sustaining obligations. The paradox is brutal. The more you perform, the less energy you have, and the more your identity binds you to exhaustion. Ask yourself, are you living to honor your values or simply to survive the expectations of others? This question is your gateway to recognition and transformation. You think no one notices. You smile through the meetings, nod through conversations, laugh through the small talk. But inside, your mind is fraying. Every suppressed sigh, every ignored warning from your body, every postponed rest accumulates silently. This is the cost of silent sacrifice. You are paying in a currency no one can see: energy, mental clarity, and emotional stability. Pretending becomes habitual, and habits, once entrenched, are difficult to break. Over time, your nervous system adjusts to constant stress, your cortisol levels rise, and your capacity for joy diminishes. Psychology calls this emotional suppression, and research shows it has direct consequences: heightened anxiety, impaired memory, and reduced cognitive flexibility. Simply put, the more you pretend, the less capable you are of responding adaptively to life. The tragedy lies in perception. To the world, you are competent, reliable, even exceptional. Internally, you are unraveling. The dissonance between outer performance and inner reality creates tension, anxiety, and eventually, resentment toward others, toward circumstances, and most tragically, toward yourself. Ask yourself, how long have you tolerated exhaustion for appearances? How many hours, days, or years have you spent performing for a world that does not see your fatigue? Recognizing this is not self-pity, it is clarity. Clarity is the first step to regaining control, to redefining your priorities, and to preventing silent collapse before it's too late. Pretending affects not just your body, it reshapes your relationships. When you hide exhaustion, people see only the mask. They interact with the version of you that is fine, unaware of the struggle beneath. This creates a profound isolation. You are surrounded by people but alone with your fatigue. Conversations feel draining. Socializing becomes a performance rather than a connection. Emotional reciprocity, the core of human bonding, is lost because your capacity to give or receive authentically is compromised. Emotional intelligence suffers. You may lose patience, misread cues, or overcompensate by pleasing others. Cognitive fatigue increases sensitivity to criticism, amplifying the sense of alienation. Over time, pretending trains the brain to accept superficial connection as normal, further eroding intimacy. Here is a radical insight. Isolation is not caused solely by others. It is a product of masking your reality. By pretending, you are unconsciously training your social environment to interact with a facade. True presence requires courage, revealing fatigue, setting boundaries, and allowing yourself to be human. Ask yourself, how many relationships have been dulled by your mask? How many opportunities for authentic connection have been lost to the habit of pretending? Recognition is not guilt. It is the pathway to reclaiming connection, rebuilding trust, and rediscovering your social and emotional vitality. Pretending to be fine fuels a dangerous mental cycle. Overthinking. When you ignore fatigue, your brain compensates by scanning endlessly for errors, threats, or potential failures. Every decision becomes a battle, every choice a risk. Analysis paralysis emerges. You know you should act, but your energy is low, your focus scattered. The brain is capable of incredible problem solving, but when exhausted, intelligence becomes a trap. Overthinking magnifies perceived consequences, amplifies fear, and slows action. You may procrastinate, defer, or avoid decisions entirely, further reinforcing stress. There is a psychological truth here. Intelligence magnifies the consequences of pretending. Awareness of exhaustion creates internal conflict. You know action is necessary, but your depleted body and nervous system resist. This creates a feedback loop. Pretending increases fatigue, fatigue increases indecision, indecision reinforces stress. Ask yourself, how many opportunities have slipped by because your mind was busy calculating, rationalizing, or overthinking while your body begged for rest? Recognizing this cycle is not self-criticism. It is understanding the mechanism that keeps exhaustion alive. Awareness is the first step toward breaking the cycle, reclaiming focus, and acting with deliberate clarity. There's a quiet terror that drives you to keep pretending, the fear of being seen as weak. You imagine judgment, disappointment, and failure. You fear that if others knew the truth, they would see you differently, maybe even less. This fear is natural, but it is also a trap. The psychological reality is that vulnerability is rarely fatal, yet pretending teaches the brain to avoid exposure at all costs. Every forced smile, every "I'm fine" reinforces the idea that weakness must be hidden. On a neurological level, suppression of vulnerability triggers stress circuits in the amygdala, reduces prefrontal regulation, and primes the brain for hypervigilance. Essentially, the more you pretend, the more your nervous system anticipates danger, even where there is none. Exhaustion becomes magnified, perception narrows, and emotional flexibility declines. Here is a profound truth. Fear of weakness is often disproportionate to reality. Most people are too preoccupied with their own lives to scrutinize yours, yet the act of pretending consumes your energy, your clarity, and your capacity for authentic interaction. Ask yourself how much of your life is spent performing for the imagined judgment of others. How much energy could you reclaim if you allowed yourself to be human? Recognizing this fear is not shameful. It is the first step toward freedom. Authenticity begins with acknowledgement, and acknowledgement begins by daring to be seen as you truly are. Exhaustion is both physical and psychological. Pretending to be fine trains your nervous system to accept constant depletion. The antidote is deliberate reclamation through boundaries, self-reflection, and selective engagement. Step 1. Boundaries. Saying no is not selfish. It is a declaration of self-respect. You cannot sustain energy if you give it away indiscriminately. Boundaries protect your clarity, focus, and emotional reserve. Consider Eleanor Roosevelt, who structured her engagements intentionally, refusing some demands to protect her mental energy. Step 2. Reflection. Journaling or meditation allows you to observe patterns of pretending and depletion. Ask yourself, when did I last honor my fatigue? Where am I overextending? Which obligations are mine, and which are borrowed from expectation or guilt? Reflection rewires the nervous system, strengthening awareness and recalibrating energy allocation. Step 3. Selective engagement. Not every demand or social expectation deserves your energy. Even historical figures like Tesla and Da Vinci prioritized work that mattered to them, ignoring external pressures that drained vitality. By selectively engaging, you reclaim agency over time, focus, and effort. Psychologically, these strategies reduce cognitive load, improve emotional regulation, and restore resilience. Each deliberate act of boundary setting signals to your brain that exhaustion will be honored rather than suppressed. Over time, the nervous system recalibrates, stress hormones decrease, and clarity emerges. Now, imagine a life where you no longer pretend, where exhaustion is acknowledged, energy is respected, and your presence is authentic. You no longer expend effort on masks, performances, or imagined judgment. You act deliberately, speak honestly, and allocate your vitality to what truly matters. This is not fantasy. Historical examples confirm it. Leaders, artists, and thinkers who honored limits achieved brilliance without self-destruction. Authenticity enabled clarity, focus, and profound creative output. Philosophically, this aligns with existentialist thought. Nietzsche emphasized self-honesty and courage as pathways to sovereignty. By acknowledging exhaustion, you reclaim agency. By refusing to perform endlessly, you restore presence. By protecting energy, you honor life itself. The transformation is gradual but irreversible. Start small. Pause when needed, reflect honestly, and establish boundaries. Each act strengthens self-respect, builds resilience, and rewires the brain to value authenticity over performance. Over time, pretending fades, replaced by deliberate presence. Ask yourself, what could you achieve if exhaustion no longer dictated your decisions? What relationships could thrive if authenticity replaced performance? What clarity could emerge if you finally honored your limits? The final truth is simple yet profound. Pretending to be fine is killing you. Honesty with yourself is your liberation. Presence is your power. Comment below. I choose presence over pretending in. And name one area where you have been hiding exhaustion. Share this video with someone who needs permission to honor their limits. Subscribe to explore strategies for reclaiming energy, clarity, and authentic living. Remember, you were never weak, you are unprotected. You are alive, aware, and capable of reclaiming your presence. Your exhaustion is not a flaw, it is a signal. The time to listen to yourself is now.